Hello fish fools, Jeff here. So here's my cat muchacho chilling next to my 29-gallon Sailfin Molly and Swordtail community tank. Alright, so it's been 2 weeks since I set this up, and I just got some more fish for it today. Here they are floating at the top. And since the last time I've showed this tank, I added this piece of mopani wood over here. And just today, the male pineapple swordtail was found dead, unfortunately. So, and now I'm down to, I just have one male swordtail, this male green swordtail here, with 3 female swordtails. One is this pineapple female, and this neon female swordtail, and that green female swordtail. And here in this breeder box that I'm anxious to remove, I might just get it out of the way, but there's only one swordtail fry left. This one right up here at the top, back of the top there. So when I first got those swordtails, they had 9. There were 9 in the bag before I even let them out. The female dropped some fry, and then now just down to that one. And 5 days after that, Molly's had fry, so I gathered up 5 of them, and there's still 5 in here. And then here in the right here, going up to the top, that's a guppy fry that came along and with some fish that I got from PetSmart last week. So there's one fry in the bag, and I put that in here, though it's not going to stay in this tank because I'm gonna let this be a guppy free tank. I'll just, once it grows some, I'm gonna move it to another tank. But yeah, alright, so I added that mopani wood. This Aponigeton bulb has not done anything yet, so it's been 3 or 4 days since I added that. It's supposed to put it in like 3/4 of the way into the substrate sticking out. And I don't know if there was supposed to be a top or a bottom or what, or if that even matters, but so far nothing developing there. And so I have 5 Sailfin mollies, 2 males and 3 females. And so far, 2 weeks in, I haven't had a lot of action with the males, that's a female right there, there's a male. Not a lot of action with their sailfins showing off, flared out. A little bit here and there, but not as much. Like when I got them in the store, there were a lot more males in a tighter space, so they were kind of flaring, but since I've got them, not much. But over time, maybe I'll see some more of that. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing the fry grow and see the males develop their sail fins. That'll be interesting. And then there's a powder blue male dwarf gourami right there. And I have 4 harlequin rasboras Alright, so what did I get today to add to this tank? We'll start right here. So these are all from my local fish store, nothing from Petco or PetSmart today. So here's 6 harlequin rasboras in this bag to add to the 4 I have in here, and plus I have 1 in another tank that's going to come over, so that'll be 11. And then I decided to, as I mentioned in my previous video, I was thinking of getting zebra danios, so I just decided to do that. So here's 6 zebra danios in here. Since I got back into the aquarium hobby a little over 2 years ago, I haven't had any zebra danios yet. I did have them once, like way back in the day when I was younger and I kept fish. I did one time have zebra danios then, but you know, this being a community tank, I think it'll be a good addition to have some zebra danios whipping around. And then seeing as how mollies can be a little bit aggressive, not so much, you know, more so compared to guppies and platies and even swordtails to some degree, but with zebra danios whipping around, they can kind of be like dither fish, I guess. And then in here I have 4 autosinkless. I just put them in here for now, though I'm not going to release them into this tank. They're going to be going in another tank. But in this bag also, you can see the bottom left corner area, there was a Malaysian trumpet snail in there that came along. So coincidentally, I mentioned in my last video that I was interested in getting some Malaysian trumpet snails, so here we go. I got one in the bag here that came along for the ride. So I don't know if this one can turn into many, but we'll see how it goes. And then in this bag, I got a plant. This is dwarf sagitteria. So I'm going to plant that down in this area. This rock actually is going to go back to my other 10-gallon tank. But so with dwarf sag, it's one thing I didn't mention in either my previous video, but a few videos before that I mentioned that as a possibility for this tank, and my local fish store had some, so I'm going to try it in here. I have had dwarf sag before. I have it in my, there might be still little remnants of it left in my 30-gallon, but I haven't had any success with it. And I think part of that is I have heard that Sagittaria and Vallisneria, where I had dwarf sag and jungle val together, they don't do well together. Possibly due to allelopathy. That's the concept of plants that can release toxic chemicals to hinder other plants. So, you know, some plants can be incompatible with other plants, but we'll see how, if I can get have some success with dwarf sag in here. I have still some Aquarium Co-op root tabs, easy tabs or whatever, easy green tabs or whatever they're called, but I'll add some of those in here when I plant those. So yeah. And alright, so that's that, and we will return after I release the fish. Okay, it is a community tank. So the 6 zebra danios have been released, and the 6 new harlequin rasboras have been released, so now there's a group of 10 in here. And that dwarf sagitteria, had 6 pieces in that bunch, so I just stuck them all in over here, kind of spread out a little bit. I put some root tabs in there. And didn't see one of the molly fry over this corner. I guess it's not there. But now there's 2 molly fry loose in here. The one that was already in. As I was acclimating the fish and everything, I knocked the breeder box down into the water, so one of the molly fry was released. But I'm probably just going to be releasing them soon enough anyway, so I just want to get that out of the way. But behind this mopani wood over here will be a hiding spot for fry, and then the water sprayed up here. So now, what is this tank missing? It is missing Corydoras. I have 8 panda Corydoras in another tank that I'm going to add in here. And that's probably going to be it for fish. I'm still not entirely sure if I'm going to add the roseline sharks in here. I might do that, just they'd probably be better off in here with more swimming space than my 30-gallon that's heavily planted. And this, I will be adding more plants to this tank, but for now, here's what we have: a couple bacopa stems over here, the dwarf sag I just got today that I added here, water sprite floating at the top. If that Aponigeton ever develops and grows, and I have some more bulbs, another Aponigeton bulb, and a crinum bulb, and a water lily bulb. So what's next for this tank? And I'm planning on getting some pearlweed and some willow hygro, Hygrophilia angustifolia, and possibly some Pogostemon stellatus octopus. And then probably along the way I'll think of something else. So these mystery snails, I have 3 mystery snails in here. I guess they're in sleep mode. Orange one over here, that one, and there's one floating up there. That Malaysian trumpet snail, I just put in the breeder box, see if it stays in there, if it makes its way out. Oh, well, the new fish are swimming around. So now I'm going to add the quarantine meds, because I haven't done that with the fish that are already in here, and I just quarantine them in groups. So since they're all pretty much coming into this tank at once, I mean, it spread it over 2 weeks, but if any had anything that might have spread to others, then they're all going to be treated at the same time anyway. So I'm going to add some ICX, Erythromycin, and General Cure. And this being a 29-gallon tank, it's not filled up all the way, so it's about 20 gallons worth in here, so that I can do the measurements easily and just use 2 packets, because the API meds are set up in packets so that one packet does 10 gallons, so I'll do 2 packets of each. But yeah, so here we go, 2 weeks of this tank as it's developed and evolved, and it's going to continue to evolve. I think it's looking good so far. I like the mix of community fish. It'll be so much better with Corydoras too. Seeing them all, a group of 8 panda Corydoras scurrying around at the bottom. And as I did get autosynkless, I may end up putting autosynkless in here too, but you know, let some algae develop before that. That's why I'm quarantining them in another tank instead of, even though they may end up in here, I want them to be in a tank that has algae, because this one really doesn't yet. Alright. Oh yeah, so I have the 2 dragonstone, dragon rock pieces right there. I also have this 9-pound piece. So I'm wondering if I should just smash it. That's probably what I want to do, because this one piece as it is would just be too big, I think, for this tank. So probably gonna smash it. I don't know if it's gonna, like, how it would even come out, if it would just shatter or what. So I don't know. What would you do if you were in this spot? If you had a big 9-pound piece of dragonstone, would you just try to smash it into smaller pieces? And let me know what you would do in the comments. But probably end up doing that. And I do have some more mopani wood that I need to boil and put in here. Here's one piece that I might probably put in here. But yeah, so that's where we are with this tank as it evolves a little bit more. All right. Well, that's it for now. And remember, I'm Jeff, and I enjoy fishies. Thanks for watching.